Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And now, right here, I guess this is a great time for me to start putting some more pieces of the puzzle together, because this is yet another time where I got to say that the year 2020 is coming to a close. Kind of disappointing, really. There were so many amazing things that happened here in 2020 that I feel like I never want to leave. Sure, millions of you might disagree, but who am I to let myself get hurt in any possible way just because I say what is true in my point of view? Well, I'm more than certain that no one would even dare try to do anything like that. But anyways, here we are at it again with some more Honest J. Nowak related content and some more stuff here based on this little sheet. But don't worry, the rest of the notepad itself is going to be coming back together at some point. But anyways, number 576 is where we're going to be at for today. Tax returns. I've talked a little bit about some forms of taxes in certain ways, especially with the 401k, the W-2, and other things like that typically happen here in the state of Wisconsin, or even outside of the state of Wisconsin. But of course, if there's one process that we're very familiar with when it does come to taxes, whether we pay off taxes in general, based on income or sales, or anything else really, then one day in particular, April 15th, would probably be most recognizable for being tax day. Taxes day, of course, is just one of those times where we do in fact have to do what we've practically been doing on a daily basis. Of course, paying taxes is indeed going to help a lot of funding take place, especially for those who are in fact willing to do a lot to make this world better for any ways possible. But taxes are indeed just a big story out there, quite a big mindscape in most ways. Tax returns, however, are a bit of a different story. If you're pretty much all done with your tax forms, the W-2s, the 401ks, as well as the W-4s, and the many other forms that would take place, then you're pretty much in for a treat. Quite a big one, actually. It comes down to the fact that one day you might end up with a lot of extra money in your pockets, or wallets, or purses, or handbags, or fanny packs, like me, or otherwise. And the reason for that is simply because some tax money does not end up getting used. So at some point during the years that we're pretty much around, the government will indeed send some money back to us, which they refer to as a tax return. A type of tax that's pretty much handed back to the community that pretty much pays some of their hard-earned cash, pennies, dimes, nickels, and quarters, and paper bills, and etc., 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 over to the government to begin with. Of course, this is pretty much good news for the majority of people out there, because there's some times where we just need to have extra money in our hands, and with tax returns in mind, that can usually be a good sign that we might have some hope remaining, and likewise. But the majority of people out there who do in fact have a 9-to-5 shift of some sort, or maybe if you're like me, tend to work every single hour of the day. No joke. The second I wake up, it's time for me to start working on content for Kaiju Force Neo. And by the time that I have to get into bed, then well, I guess everything is going to be shut off for the night. There are only certain times of the day that I will in fact be able to have some content made into productions, especially when it comes to gaming with Kaiju Force Neo, Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought, which is pretty much coming to a close, by the way. And who could ever forget this? This is pretty much something that I have to tend to on a near 24/7 basis, especially because these are in fact daily chores. One episode a day is something that I've been thriving with here on the channel since the very beginning. October 2019 is when it all began, and now it's been over 14 and a half months since it all started. I've come quite a long way since we first began here, so of course this is indeed going to be quite a busy time for me, but other than that, I pretty much will say that with everything else in mind, tax returns would be another good way of getting money at hand in any possible way, but other than that, I guess I don't really have much else to say about it. So that pretty much just brings this episode to a close here, but again, new content is going to be on the way soon. New episodes of HJN and After Saw will be on the way soon, even though After Saw it's coming to a close at some point. And then, of course, there's going to be the, well, carrying on of other things around here. But also expect something else to happen by the end of this entire year. Entire good year, to be more specific. But if you want to see more go down on my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.